welcome to the Cragen Library. It's National Library Week.
Yay! We love libraries.
Of course we do, that's why we work here.
I know, right? Being closer to the books.
Yes. We'll tell you some book secrets, like how we get the books we want first.
I mean, don't give away all the secrets, Jen.
Okay.
Alright. So, why are we here today?
We're going to talk about some of our favorite books that deal with libraries, or librarians, or just fun library books.
Yep. Okay, I'll go first.
Yep.
So my first book is Rachel Kane's Ink and Bone. So this is the Great Library series. There are several of these. They're pretty cool. If you want a YA fantasy book, this is the book for you. Jess and his family live in this world where they are black market book dealers because the Great Library controls all of the information. And his family sends him undercover to find out their secrets. And he kind of gets torn in between, like, do I start pledging my allegiance to this giant information fascist system, or do I go back and work with my underground rebellious family? So it's a pretty cool book. It's not quite what you expected, but it's a good one, I think. So I know you've read this one before.
I liked it. It was fun.
It was good. So that's my first pick. What do you have, Jen?
I got the Mr. Limoncello series. So this one is not the first book in the series. The first one is Escape from Mr. Limoncello's Library. And Mr. Limoncello is really famous for inventing different games. And Kyle and his friends love playing his games, but they also are excited because his latest game takes place in a library. And they have to obviously escape from the library. But the library is super cool. There's so many really awesome parts of the library, it's hard to describe them. It is also a TV movie from Nickelodeon, so if you liked the book series, check that out too.
Very cool. So my next pick is the new Batgirl series that's come out. Well, it's not really new, it's a reboot, because comics like to reboot. But in the newest one, Barbara Gordon has gone back to her library roots and is actually getting her master's in library science. And they're pretty cool because it actually goes back to if you like a comic where the superhero is doing detective work, this has that in it. And so you see some of her library skills coming out. So, and Batgirl, I think we all know, is the best librarian.
She is.
She is. What do you got?
So the Grand Legacy is pretty cool. The library in this book is unlike anything I've ever read. And it's Elizabeth. She gets a job at a New York library, and it's a library that does not circulate books. They circulate things instead, and objects. So you might find items from history, like Marie Antoinette's tea set, but the really special items are the fairy tale items that you can sometimes borrow. Maybe you're not supposed to, but there's books, there's objects like the 7 League Boots, the Magic Mirror, so many different really fun things that you were like, oh, I want to go to that library. I want to take that out. Oh, that'd be really cool to see.
But what happens if you don't return it?
No, I'm just kidding. I don't know. I don't remember anymore.
Good job. Good story. My last pick is the new Buffy the Vampire Slayer graphic novel. So if you were a fan of Buffy back in your teen years, this is definitely the comic for you. If you are looking for a graphic novel about a group of scrappy teenagers, this is also the graphic novel for you. And the reason why I picked this one is everything, their home base of operations in the high school is the library. And of course, Mr. Giles, the librarian, is actually Buffy's watcher, who has all the information about what monsters and demons they're hunting, as well as, like, you know, strategies and spells and stuff. So that is why I picked this one, because the library is the heart of Buffy the Vampire Slayer until they blow up the school in season 3.
That's true. And he's my favorite. He doesn't love Giles.
He's the best.
My next one, my last one, is a mystery series. It's an adult series. It's by Jen McKinley. It's called The Library Lovers Mysteries. This is called Hitting the Books, but again, this is not the first one. Our first one is checked out. But I love it because it's actually set in a small town in Connecticut. Jen McKinley is from Connecticut, and she actually did work in a library, as did her mom. So she's got the library part down pretty well. And the director is the main character, and she, of course, stumbles across all kinds of dead bodies, and sometimes she's the suspect, or sometimes it's one of her friends. But it's just a really fun, cozy mystery series. And there's a lot in the library. And they have like a book and crafternoon section every week, and so they read a book and they have food based off of the book, and then they do a craft on the book, which sounds pretty fun. And of course, I'm wearing my Hogwarts shirt because I think the Hogwarts library sounds pretty cool. Forbidden books, I'd like to learn more about that. I'd like to know more about Madame Pince, too.
She's like the one character that we just don't have a ton of information about, except that she's very strict.
I think J.K. Rowling should put out something fun for Library Week about her.
It would be nice.
So we hope you enjoyed our sneak peek into some library books. I have some fun socks to show you.
You're such a nerd.
I am such a nerd. It's great. And we'll have more of these fun videos soon. Happy
tuned.
Library Week.
Happy Library Week.